As Palm Sunday dawns upon us, we are reminded of the timeless symbolism embedded in this sacred day, a celebration of triumph, humility, and the promise of renewal. Just as Jesus entered Jerusalem amidst cheers and waving palm branches, we embark on our journey together with a sense of purpose and resilience. Jesus emptied himself, taking the form of a servant. Let us allow these words of the Apostle Paul to lead us into these holy days when the Word of God, like a refrain, presents Jesus as a servant. On Holy Thursday, he is portrayed as a servant who washes the feet of his disciples. On Good Friday, he is presented as the suffering and victorious servant. God saved us by serving us. Just one question: how did the Lord serve us? By giving his life for us. We are dear to him and we cost him dearly. The Lord served us to the point of experiencing the most painful situations of those who love: betrayal and abandonment. Betrayal. Jesus suffered betrayal by the disciple who sold him and by the disciple who denied him. He was betrayed by those who sang Hosanna to him and then shouted, "Crucify him." He was betrayed by the religious institution that unjustly condemned him and by the political institution that washed its hands off him. We can think of the small and great betrayals that we have suffered in life. It is terrible to discover that a firmly placed trust has been betrayed. From deep within our hearts, a disappointment surges up that can even make life seem meaningless. Abandonment. Jesus says one thing from the cross: my God, why have you forsaken me?" These are powerful words. Jesus had suffered the abandonment of his own who had fled, but the Father remained with him. Now, in the abyss of solitude, for the first time, he calls him by the generic name God. And in a loud voice, he asks the question, why? The most excruciating why. Why did you two abandon me? These words tell us that Jesus also brought the experience of extreme desolation to his prayer. But the fact remains that he himself experienced that desolation. He experienced the utmost abandonment, which the gospel testified to by quoting his very words. Why did all this take place? Once again, it was done for our sake, to serve us, so that when we have our back to the wall, when we find ourselves at the dead end, with no light and no way of escape, when it seems that God seems not responding, we should remember that we are not alone. Jesus experienced total abandonment in a situation he had never before experienced, in order to be one with us in everything. He did it for you, for me, and for all of us. He did it to say to us, "Do not be afraid, you are not alone." Today, in the face of the many false securities that have now crumbled, in the face of so many hopes betrayed, in the sense of abandonment that weighs down upon our hearts, Jesus says to each one of us, "Courage, open your heart to my love. You will feel the consolation of God who sustains you." Palm Sunday serves as a poignant reminder of humility, triumph, and the power of faith. As we wave our symbolic palm branches, let us embrace the spirit of this day, seeking inspiration in the ancient narrative that continues to resonate across generations.